Brian, we talked to you a lot in spring about just getting ready for the start of the season, but to break camp in the opening day rotation, did they have a little extra juice for you in that regard?
Yeah, a little bit. I think appreciating the last couple of days, opening day, watching these first couple of games, and last year was tough, missing that, not being able to be with the team. So definitely appreciated the last couple of days a little bit more, but today just try to treat it as a normal game, go out and do my job.
Why are you so mean to the Oakland A's, your hometown team?
Just definitely just trying to do my job,
But Brian,
It's good. I mean, yeah, it's lucky, not lucky success, but I don't know. It is what it is. It's not like a focus thing.
No, I know. You've faced them so often, and they know what you're going to do. They have an idea of who you are as a pitcher. But, yeah, you kind of do it. I mean, have you deviated ever? Or do you kind of know what you want? Or have they ever forced you to deviate out of what you do best?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm trying to do the same thing against every team. Just get ahead, just do the little things. Maybe it's just look back and, I've done those things better against the A's maybe than other teams. But, it's just trying to do those little things at a high level, continue to do them consistently, and, hopefully they breed good results.
The fastball, both of them are working as effectively as they are like today. I mean, do you really even have to deviate from that? Because it seemed like that really accounted for a high level of your usage of it.
Yeah, I think when they're on like they were today, I think, you continue to trust them, and they set up other pitches well. I didn't do as good a job with the off speeds today of just, trusting them and getting to their spots. And, obviously the homer is unfortunate, but, I think continue to attack and you get ahead with those, and then opens up a lot of other options for you.
The double play, I mean, how proud are you of the turning the double play there? Because we gave you a hard time on a couple of things in spring training. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all trying to do a better job of fielding our position, doing a better job of controlling the run game. I think that was a big emphasis in spring of something that we're all trying to be, the whole pitching staff is trying to be a better job of, being accountable for fielding our position, for controlling the running game, for, keeping guys, saving 90 feet, all that stuff. So, I think we look back, and last year, if you lose by, one game, missing the playoffs by one game for the last couple of years. So it all comes down to little things. It's saving 90 feet, as much as you can. So you try to do your job in that sense, and on the pitching side as well. So it's all just little things.
You're standing in the dugout. They show your reaction when Julio hit the bomb. I mean, like, how? That's kind of a tank, like in the wind and everything else.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously it's a big moment in the game, but it's a big moment for him too, just getting going. Obviously, beginning of the season, you want to get off to a good start, and I know he's frustrated just like anybody else, but he holds himself to just the highest standard as anybody, and he puts the most pressure on himself as well. So I think that was a kind of a sigh of relief for him, and obviously a big moment for the team being able to go up there.
I'm looking at your bullpen too. I mean, allowing just one hit. I mean, in the final 3 innings there. So looking at the 3 guys there, what does that do for you, just the confidence-wise, knowing that they can get it done once you're done?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's anybody down there. I think we have trust that once we hand the ball off, that anybody that we give the ball to down there is going to do their job, and as a group, we hold ourselves to a high standard of, do our job and pass to the next guy, trust them to do their job and pass to the guy after them. So, always proud of the job that they've done, and, it's just the beginning.
All right.
Thanks, Jess.
Great ball game today, quick one, but Brian Wu was outstanding from start to finish. Really looked very, very sharp, and then obviously Julio, the big blast. Ball was crushed. It came very timely, and that was really the difference. I thought made some nice plays in the field. The wind was really blowing today. It was kind of an odd wind. Seemed like anything that was center field or to right was getting knocked down, but balls going to left field were taking off. But a great ball game and good comeback today. A good bounce back and getting ready for Detroit tomorrow.
Dan, when he barrels the ball up like that, does it matter if there's a tornado blowing, I think?
No, that ball was really, really hit, and you got to tip your cap to Sears too. I mean, he pitched very, very well against us. That might have been the only mistake he made, but Julio certainly made him pay for it, and that was a big lift for us. And I thought Santi coming out of the bullpen, Thornton coming out of the bullpen, and then of course Mooney. Those guys nailing down those last three. Just outstanding work.
People don't really understand, like, sometimes when you say stay up the middle, that they think that's the only place you want to hit it. But, like, if you're staying up the middle with your approach and he hangs that slider, that's what you want to see, right? What Julio did, right?
Absolutely. And, we talk about it a lot. Staying in the middle of the field, you'll get your fastball and you'll be able to hit that up the middle or the other way. And then the breaking ball that's out front, you'll catch out early and hit that ball a long way to the pull side, and that's what Julio did. Just a great at bat. I thought there was some other good at bats too, but the wind grabbed a couple. I think with Garvin right field. I think Randy hit one that is pretty normally a homer, but obviously we got enough of what we needed today to pull it out, and it's a good win for us.
Even though it's a pitch Sears might want back just from a location standpoint, for Julio to recognize the slider, especially since Sears was so effective early on in the game with that pitch, just what did you see about his ability to make that adjustment?
Yeah, I mean, I think all of our at-bats really were pretty good. We were, still waiting on him and waiting for him to make mistakes on the plate. But you're right, for him to recognize that at that moment. Vic beats out a grounder, and then Julio getting that mistake and crushing it. I mean, that's the difference in the game. But it's just that's baseball. It's a great for Vic to get on there, and then for Julio to get that homer. That's good team baseball right there. And I think I'd be remiss too in the ninth with Randy making that play in the gap, cutting the ball off, getting it into second base. That was a big play for us too. I think him turning that in right there really helped out a lot, keeping that runner out of scoring position there, and changed the inning quite a bit.
With Vic, it's always a little different how he does it, and it wasn't the longest at bat in the world, but he didn't swing the bat till 3-2, and he made him, he didn't give in on any of the chase pitches to get that single. He finds a way, doesn't he? It's not always the prettiest thing in the world, but I
mean, he a couple infield hits today. I thought he did a nice job getting on base for us. And he was on the move when Julio hit the homer. I mean, he causes havoc, and great job for him getting on a couple of times today. On a guy who was very difficult. He was very tough. But again, just a good win all around. I think, good performances up and down the lineup.
How, like with Wu, I'm sure in your playing days there was just guys that had a team's number at some point. These guys just don't seem comfortable against him for whatever reason. They've seen him a lot.
Yeah. For whatever reason, there are those kind of matchups. I remember Pedro being very, very difficult for us for a long period of time. Brian, just pitches well against Oakland. He pitches well against everybody, but pitches well against Oakland especially. And, another big outing for us today. Obviously, when we really needed it. We needed to figure out a way to win this one today, and we did. And Brian was a big part of that. So it's a good feather in his cap today.
Going with the two fastballs primarily today, other than the changeup to Soderstrom, just when he's able to lock in with those two pitches, I mean, does he really need his arsenal?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. They're two really good fastballs, and we've seen the effectiveness of both. And when you mix in the breaking stuff along with that, you get guys way out front, and you get them thinking a little bit differently. But he can overpower people, and that's what he's been able to do. For his time in the big leagues, and he's got two really good fastballs.
How big was it for Thornton to kind of work around that walk and get you through the eighth and bridge to Munoz?
Yeah, really big inning for him right there, and that's about as high leverage as you get right there. 2-1 game coming in the eighth, trying to get it to your closer, and he gave up the walk, but then was able to really shut things down after that, and that's a big inning right there for us, and big inning for Thorny.
Looked like he was going to break some guys' hands when he was giving fives coming back.
Yeah, he was pumped, and rightfully so. That's That's a big inning. We talk about high leverage. That was high leverage, and trying to get it to your closer in the ninth, and he was able to do it. And had to get a couple lefties in the process, and did a really nice job.
Do you ever feel exactly how you want to do it, or are you still trying to see what some of these guys can do? Because again, leverage in spring training isn't the same as leverage in the big league.
I mean, it all varies, right? Some guys have thrown the night before, and you have to look at that. You have to look at who's throwing the ball well, but at the same time, there's a lot of factors that go into it. It's not one set way that you can just go with it each night. That's why you lean so much on Trent and Woody, and all of us get together and we talk about it. We try to figure it out ahead of time, and this was a good plan tonight, and I thought Thornton really, really delivered when we needed him to.
After a down year last year, as far as hard hit rate goes, Rosarena has been hitting the tar out of the ball so far this season. Is that just a symptom of how comfortable he is here, or has he made some adjustments?
I mean, I really see him being a little bit more patient, and I think a lot of that has to do with just thinking about middle of the field and mindset. I don't know if it's so much a physical adjustment as it is a mental one, and he has been outstanding in terms of that, both offensively and defensively. He's made some changes on defense and has looked great, but I think offensively has really taken to this idea of middle of the field, and when he does that, he is going to hit a lot of balls hard, and we've seen it already here in the first 4 games. We saw it in spring training, and he seems to be in a really good spot in terms of that.
All right. Thank you.
Have a nice Sunday, people.
You too.